The explosion at the water treatment plant in Avonmouth back in December 2020 was the worst industrial accident in the West Country for decades, actually. 4 people were killed when a silo exploded at the site, and no explanation as to what caused it has yet been made public. But now, a BBC investigation has uncovered serious safety concerns raised about the site years before the explosion happened. Well, Martin Jones from our investigations team joins me now. Martin, I remember this tragedy very clearly, but just fill us in on the background.
Yeah, so this is the Wessex Water site at Avonmouth. 4.5 years ago, December 2020, around 11 o'clock on a Friday morning, a storage tank exploded. Now, 4 people who'd been working on the roof of that tank were killed. They were Michael James, Brian Vickery, Raymond White and Luke Wheaton, an apprentice, just 16 years old when he died. Now, that tank contained a kind of processed sludge called biosolids. It's the stuff that gets filtered out of Bristol's wastewater. It gets treated and dried and can be put on the fields as a kind of fertiliser.
But you've discovered safety concerns about that site years before this tragedy.
Yeah, that's right. So this is 5 years before the explosion. We're talking late 2014, early 2015. An experienced consultant was brought in to assess parts of the site. Now, he found gas leaking from a number of places. He produced 2 reports for Wessex Water. One of them says that it creates a serious risk to personnel because of the amount of hydrogen sulfide being leaked, a very toxic gas. Another says that a container probably has a gas leak and that a fan has been switched on to disperse that gas, mixing it with air and creating what the report calls a perfect explosive mixture. In another part of the site, the authors claim that there was a smell of gas so strong that they couldn't remain in the area to finish their report.
OK, so could that have caused the explosion?
Well, we don't know exactly what caused it, and it's important to say that these reports cover a slightly different part of the site from the one where the explosion happened. But experts that we've spoken to say that what they do show is that they raise questions about safety more generally on the site prior to the explosion. Now, we've been in touch with the author of the reports. Now, he spoke to us on condition that we didn't name him. He believes that safety on the whole site needed to be looked at. He said that a review of the biogas system needed to be conducted. I asked him if he thought the site was dangerous at the time he visited. He said yes, from the start of the plant all the way through to the holding tank, the complete biogas system was dangerous. He also said he wouldn't want a member of his family to be working there at the time. I've been speaking to other industry experts as well. One told me that it was positively scary, the number of places venting gas on the site. And he said that if these reports are even half correct, then it was an accident waiting to happen.
OK, so has Wessex Water seen these reports? And if so, what are they saying?
They have seen them. They were commissioned by and delivered to Wessex Water. We don't know exactly what measures were taken or when, but Wessex Water says that the reports were produced nearly 11 years ago and they have robust process controls on site and that the matters identified by the reports have been resolved. That said, more recently, so we're going to 2024, so about 3 years after the explosion, the Health and Safety Executive issued Wessex Water with an enforcement notice. It said it hadn't taken all measures necessary to prevent major accidents. In response to that, Wessex Water said that that wasn't related to the subject matter of the reports that we've obtained, and the Health and Safety Executive was satisfied with the steps it took and confirmed compliance a month later.
So when will we get to the bottom of this?
Well, the police dropped their investigation into the explosion last July, and I understand the Health and Safety Executive won't release its report until this July at the earliest. So in the meantime, we're left with theories about what might have caused the blast. I've been speaking to Professor Clifford Jones, an expert in combustion. He thinks dust may have combined with methane to produce the blast.
There might have been a localised area at the top of the silo of high concentration of dust, and that would have been susceptible to a spark if one had entered it, and any methane which was there by chance from the small leakages which are known to occur would make it all the more powerful.
I mean, that's not the only theory, though, and until the investigation concludes, the families, the community in Avonmouth and the water industry more widely are still waiting for answers.
Good work, Martin. Thank you. Martin Jones.